Hey, so y'all remember that time Ringo got stranded at the studio?
Bro, stranded at the studio, bro. Listen, dog, I forgot about that, bro. He was just here.
Oh, that's right.
He was just here. He was like, "Where y'all at?" I said, "You ain't opened a message today. You ain't opened a message today."
I texted the wrong group chat.
Hey, bro. Oh man, Ringo been stranded a few places. You would think, but never mind.
Guys,
appreciate y'all tuning in and showing love as always.
Technically, Kia
God.
left the door. Kia left the door. That was the first time.
So what? Why you trying to throw me? No.
I don't know what we're talking about right now. Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love to another episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. As you can see, we are in a great mood today because, woo, I'm glad about what I saw at joint practice today. Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you were wondering, we got the squad in the building. Yeah. As always, the pettiest man alive, Mr. P Kid, in the building. The super producer, Joel Holt, running the show. Always on the ones and twos. C-Dub back in action. No glasses today, so he's not Dominican just yet, but Paragunte dos. And of course, what does that mean?
I don't know.
Something two.
I don't know.
Something two. Was that first one I said a real
I
word?
don't know
And
what
of
you just
course,
said.
the man, the myth, the legend, formerly known as Ringo J. Stefan Nadon in the building. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. We got a lot to get to on today's show. Very exciting day, a joint practice day. Dare I say a day that had me happy and pissed off at the same time because the Bears practiced in the elements. Which means that just like back in the old construction days, your boy was out in the rain.
Oh well.
Blame it on
With
rain.
the whole suit, the whole case and everything.
Well,
like
the case was inside, but I was out in the rain. It is what it is. I also got to talk about what we're looking to see in this Bears versus Bengals preseason game where we got the announcement that the starters are going to be playing. Dare I say, Matt Eberflus is learning some lessons out here. I love it. Shout out to Flus, man. The beard brought common sense. Of course, we got to look into this whole Matthew Judon situation. Should the Bears have said, as Kid has said many a times,
F them picks.
should they have done that in this situation? Looks like the Bears were, or the conversation was around giving up a 2, and they went to Falcons, who it seemed like were giving up the higher 3 because the Bears were not willing to go that high. And it's polls and win now mode. We'll talk about all that and more on today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. The water got my hair looking like god doggone wavy out here. Hold on,
My
now,
curl
kid.
is dripping. You got a Superman
Just
curl.
let your soul glow. The man look like he make a mean pasta right now.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. You know what the funniest thing in the world is? The fact that I stopped making as much pasta. I stopped eating as much carbs. But I stopped making pasta because one of my homies, Ken, shout out to Ken in the chat.
Ken is a legend.
Hey, I said, bro, y'all some pasta eating boys over there. Like y'all having pasta 3 times a week. That's insane, bro. Y'all stay knocking down some pasta. That is crazy. And I had to really look at my life and be like, yo, we do eat a lot of pasta, bro.
Hey, real quick, we got 100 in the chat.
Oh,
already.
100 in the chat.
I know. Yeah, I know.
You gotta do it for Jordan. You gotta do it for Jordan.
Oh,
Shout out Jordan. Jordan. Nobody can do it because it's the upward motion.
He be getting his face into it.
It's aggressive.
Oh, Lord.
All right, let's get this thing started, man. Let's talk about joint practice. Joint practice was, listen, I think that it was a very good practice for the Chicago Bears today. That definitely for the defense. I'm going to come out here with a bold prediction on this defense based off of what I saw today from the joint practice. I'm going to tell you this right now, ladies and gentlemen. Running on the Chicago Bears is an exercise in futility.
Hey, I love to hear that.
When I talk about this team going after the run, dog, they are always on it. They are attacking. They are after it. When you some dogs out there, bro. My 2 bold statements from today. The defense looks in full form, ready to go. When I say this, because you always wonder, right, in practice and in training camp, is it that way in the game? Is it that way when it's real? I watched them versus Josh Allen, and I was like, looks really good. Josh Allen really didn't move that football. Watching them today versus Joey B, who when healthy is one of the
premier
3 best quarterbacks in the NFL.
According to Stephen A, he's the only guy that can beat Patrick Mahomes. So,
I mean, that's not really according to Stephen A. He has beat him twice.
I mean,
He's
he's
talking
5-2.
facts.
he was what? He was 5-1 against them.
Yeah.
We're just talking facts.
He's 5-2.
I don't know if that's according to Stephen
He's
A. I think that's
5-2.
according to Joey
I mean,
B.
Hey, listen, he stood on it today. I was just letting y'all know,
But and again, this is joint practice. This is not the end of the world, but Joey B didn't move the ball a ton. There were some plays where, of course, he ends up being Joey B. If the ball gets in there. There were some red zone periods that I thought he did a really good job at navigating through the Bears defense. But as a whole, I mean, for one, and there was still no Jaquan Brisker out there, but you did have Tyreek. You didn't have Tyreek out there either today. You had Jalen Jones out there opposite Jalen Johnson. I'm going to tell you this right now. They didn't even look Jalen Johnson way one time. They are treating Jalen Johnson, at least in the few moments that we've seen, like he's Darrelle Revis.
You think the Hard Knocks video kind of helped him?
On the island, baby.
No, I think it's
with Keenan Allen.
Nah,
Keenan Allen can't shed him.
I don't think it was that. I
think he's that good of a player.
Yeah, I think that
If Keenan Allen is struggling against you, probably pretty good.
and he's we were talking about that earlier, like he's at an age where, what is this, his fourth year?
Like
24
4 years old.
fifth
year, like, so he's come into his own, like, now that he's arrived.
Yeah.
So now he's at this Pro Bowl level where if he's able to sustain this, he should be able to do this for the next 3-4 years, maybe 5 years, depending on health.
Yeah. And then the other thing too, even to add on to that, right? Like I brought this out earlier this week when we were doing the morning show, the type of confidence that he has, the type of swagger that he's bringing now, and then you could see like every little tidbit of information that he's picking up from older veterans. Like he's taking that to heart. He was just having
I love the Richard Sherman interview
with Richard Sherman.
Yeah.
He's learning, but he's also implementing those things into his game. So later on down the line, like we're definitely going to be looking at him as probably a top 5 corner in this league if he keeps continuing to progress the way he is.
Yeah, you guys wanted to go ahead and trade him for some other picks. The nerve.
Well, listen, and somebody just said it. They said the disrespect keeping JJ off of the top 100 is still wild. When they throw that top 100 list at the players, and yes, the players do vote on it, but it's literally passing a piece of paper out in the locker room, and it happened in November. So Jalen wasn't Jalen yet,
Right?
You know what I mean? So Jalen being left off the top 100, he hadn't turned into that guy yet. He's always been number one PBUs. He's always been, you know what I mean, one of those top guys as far as a pass breakup type of guy, as far as a coverage type of guy. But he's never been that guy to go out there and get the interceptions. He had never been that in his career. So that's why, the conversation on moving on from him was there or paying him, right?
Yeah.
But then you start getting the takeaways and you're like, well, no, he got everything else. Pay him. He is one of the best DBs in the NFL. So I thought that
you know what the question is. I love talking about the defense. How did Caleb look? Give me what did Caleb look like?
I mean, Caleb has some nice touch passes. I thought that he navigated some things that the Bengals did well. I thought that he still looks like a rookie that is going through the motions, but he definitely looks like a more polished rookie. The starting offense in red zone looked really solid versus the Bengals, which is good coming off of last week, where they didn't really have any red zone touchdowns, right? You got with the number ones in there, you got down there twice, weren't able to get it, weren't able to finish it off. Had a nice pass over to DJ, had a beautiful touch pass to Keenan. Now I'm talking about Keenan broke. First off, Keenan footwork is just wild. Yeah, I saw that. Hold on, before we do that, we gotta throw a flag on somebody in here because that's just wild. Hold on, where'd that comment go? Johnson Island, that's crazy, QC. That's a flag on you, my guy. Johnson Island is nuts.
Yeah.
Especially with everything we seen from old. Well, we're not gonna bring his name up. Can you get
No, you can't.
Yeah. I feel like that's a dangerous name to bring up on the internet.
You can say it now.
Hey, can you a little Epstein action?
Yeah,
Okay, all right. Yeah, watch your neck. But no, it's just I think that the thing about Caleb today that was so impressive was, like I said, the Keenan Allen footwork to get himself open, but it was still a tough play in the right side or in the right corner of the end zone. Needed a touch pass. throws a touch pass up to Keenan Allen, says, go get it. Keenan Allen proves to be Keenan Allen, goes up and gets it, comes down with 2 feet, lands in the end zone. You got weapons on this team. You have an offense that has that has teeth and is willing to bite back. And I think that you're seeing that every time they go up against other defense.
Hey,
so
Pat,
you're telling me
real
he
quick.
threw a
Hold on.
Oh,
We have 200 in the chat.
Oh,
I was waiting a while. He got all the way to 225. DeMarco. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Now I was just saying. So
Australian
you
lady, she hit that.
okay, all right.
I got to do all the moves.
You got to do the bunny hop.
Bunny hop, Hey, I'm going to be in the Olympics next time, baby,
Don Quixote said national media is going to run with Johnson Island. Oh, God, no, please.
Dang.
Please, no.
Please don't.
please no, don't do that.
No, but I mean, listen, good day of practice overall for the team. There were some up and down moments. It took Caleb a little while to get going as well.
Talk about it.
Early on, Tyson Bagent looked like the best quarterback on both sides.
Jesus. Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm talking about between Joey B and Caleb. And then as Caleb started to get himself going, the 11-on-11 period, I thought he made some nice passes. He found his guys. He started throwing with anticipation. But you also have to take into account you're not going to see nearly as much because it was pouring rain. And you would hope that in a real scenario, you ain't just airing it out when it's pouring rain
running
out
the ball.
there. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
So I think that and unfortunately, 2 guys on the Bengals side did go down with what looked to be a couple of serious injuries, leg injuries. They brought the card out. They brought the air sleeve out to wrap around the leg. But
don't want to see that.
Definitely didn't want to see it. But it's one of those things where defensively, this Bears team is ready to go, and offensively, you're continuing to see growth every time they play a defense that's not the Bears' defense. I asked Coach Matt about that as well. I was like, it seems like every time you guys play somebody that's not those guys across from you, you're more consistent. He was like, it's the preparation of going up against them. When you're prepared, when you're going up against this defense every day, it's a little bit different when you see guys who aren't at that level.
Yeah, and it's I guess the analogy is like if you go against your big brother, the little brother against the big brother, and then by the time you get ready to like go against your peers, you're not afraid. That's what Nigel used to do with me. He's like, he had no fear because it was like, I was just throw him all around the house all the time. So then he's like, by the time, wrestling, beating him up, all that stuff. My little brother. So because we were like, he's always fighting. Why? Because I had no fear because it didn't, like, people my size, it didn't matter because I was able to, go against you. So when you go against these guys, which is a number 1 defense, and now that's what I think is going to happen with Caleb, where it's like, one, it's different because he's used to always practicing against his guys. And now to be able to see what type of other defense he will go up against, that's why he's going to have probably some really good games, and he's going to have a couple tough ones depending on how the schemes are for him. So
football CF Candy is losing his mind. Said, Pat, did Rome get a touchdown? Couldn't tell.
That's a good question.
Rome did. Listen, Rome did get what I think would have been a touchdown. Caleb threw a nice pass to him. It was down the right side. He made a move that in this kind of weather you can get away with. It was a nice little in route. Caught the football. Looked like the DB slipped a little bit. Got away from him. The safety might have caught him, but I think that Rome also didn't start running because of the weather. So the safety didn't take off really. Rome didn't take off. So I will give Rome the touchdown because I think Rome is ridiculously fast, and if he wants to open it up, he probably wouldn't have caught him. Yeah. But there was somebody in the vicinity. But I mean, listen, for sake of argument, touchdown Rome. There we go. Touchdown Rome. Shout out Rome Odunze out there.
Hey, was it also? I think I saw 2 other touchdowns he had, right, with DJ Moore and Keenan Allen.
Yeah, those were the 2 I talked about. In the red zone period, he dominated. DJ Moore caught one in the back of the end zone, and then Keenan Allen caught one just like I said, a nice touch pass, tough catch to make. Keenan Allen being Keenan Allen, able to come down with it. It was a good day for the team because the offense didn't take a step back. You saw some consistency. You saw some ability to go out there. And listen, it got off to a rough start. And 7-on-7 on the first play, Caleb Williams threw a pick.
But
Okay.
that's
Not
good.
7-on-7.
I was waiting to hear that. I was about to say, I knew it was
I'm
a
talking
pick.
about first play, set hut, boom, throw, pick, gone. I was like, all right, well, this is not a good start.
All right.
Hey, but I do like it shows that he can recover from that. Like he's not going to hang his hat on that one bad play that he made. So I like that.
Yeah,
Well,
because he threw a pick, but you are saying that he did throw some
Yes, he did. Ringo been trying to get that in for 20 minutes. He was trying to get a dart in for 20 minutes, bro. He did, in fact, throw some darts
So that's
today.
a step back for Caleb right there. He bounces back. But I heard the defense got Joey B a couple of times too. Talk to me.
Yeah, about 3 picks today. It was. I mean, listen, Kevin Byard ended up coming away with one. I think Elijah Hicks got one. I wish I had the roster in front of me. It's 2023. I have it my computer.
Hey,
21 ended up getting one, and 31 ended up getting one. I'm getting to the point where I'm trying to get like the old heads where they just call a number. They be like, I don't know what this dude's name is, but yeah, 21 ended up getting an interception. 31 ended up getting an interception. So they were after Joey B. And I say this, and I know I've probably been Austin Reed's biggest fan. I'm feeling like this may be my greatest football call of all time right now with a 5th round pick. Hold on, I've had some solid ones. I ain't gonna lie to you. Well, no, because Anthony Miller didn't pan out. He couldn't keep his shoulder.
It's Austin Reed or Booker.
My bad, Austin Booker.
Okay.
I keep making that mistake.
It's okay.
But Austin Booker, I mean,
Confidence is growing.
bro, with the 1s, with the 2s, with the 3s, it don't matter. I asked Flus today,
here.
do you want to see him out there with the 3s?
I'm here.
I mean,
here.
when you're talking about that guy opposite Montez Sweat, and I know there's some people that are going to look at, Austin Reed's build and what he lacks in some of the run game. I'm sorry, Austin Booker. Dog, this is killing me. Austin Booker's build and
Just
some of what he
Booker
lacks.
Now kids like Reed or Booker. What are you saying?
Listen,
What are you saying?
Austin Reed is not
I
making
guarantee you this. At no point when I say Austin, whoever it is, am I talking about Austin Reed. I got no Austin Reed breakdown for you. If you want that, go back and watch episode 2 of Hard Knocks.
Wait,
because
Pat.
I don't care.
Pat. We got 300 in the chat.
Over 300 in the chat.
Oh,
300.
Nah, hey man, it's practice. You want rain. You want something to simulate.
Bro,
That's great.
I was fully surprised
That's
that they were
good.
out there.
Well,
I
no,
was
they should.
completely shocked that they were out there.
It was rain or shine anyway. So depending on when you play a
they
game.
were practicing that for the reason that we saw 2 Bengals players end up going down with some pretty serious leg injuries because they end up slipping. Well, I shouldn't say that. The one was on the kickoff, and I believe that he slipped. The other one, I didn't see what he did when he went down. We literally heard him just scream out, "Ow!" And there was a lot of F's after that. And so we knew, this dude is like seriously hurt. But they brought the leg sleeve out. But I don't know what the extent of it is because I couldn't tell if it was like he was upset that his season is probably messed up right now, or that he may not make the team, or that, right? Like I couldn't tell if it was a career upset or if it was how bad the injury is.
It's probably all bad.
But I think here's the thing: Austin Booker to me, bro. I asked Flus about this. He just reminds me of one of those dudes who it doesn't matter what you say he shouldn't be able to do. He can do it. Everybody they put him up against, he's able to get past them. He's fast enough to do it. He's strong enough to go through people.
He looks good. I
Like
think he's 235.
He is dominating.
Was he
He's
240? So
240.
he gained some muscle.
No, he came in 240.
I thought he was like 235.
He came in 6'6", 240. That was his draft weight.
6'5", 235.
I mean, listen,
We both had him on our board, and I think the biggest thing is a lot of times with guys like him, it's the competition that you play against, right? Because he was Kansas, right? And I think
he was at Kansas.
So that conference,
but Kansas played Kansas Big 12. They played some teams.
Yeah, but sometimes
they were actually good. So
yeah. But it's good news. That's what we've been saying.
Yeah.
Like, why sit there and maybe jump the gun? We want to see the development of Booker. We've been saying that pretty much this whole time. And
now I'm excited for him. PFF, I don't know. PFF be all over the place. They got him listed 6'6", 245. But no, I'm excited for what the kid can do.
They said 245.
And I'm gonna tell you this right now, man. Listen, we need to get Holy here real quick, Joe, because I'm not saying that it does look like this, But
It's a Stephen A. moment. Hold on.
I'm having flashbacks of Briggs.
Ooh.
I'm having flashbacks of Tommy Harris.
Ooh.
Here we go. I'm having flashbacks of Urlacher.
Ooh.
I'm having flashbacks of dominance.
Ooh.
Ooh, when I watch this defense, I'm excited, baby.
Oh.
I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Your toes kind of.
I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Your toes kind of
Bro,
like this.
I was sitting there watching them boys out there, and I'm just like, it's nothing they can do with them, and half the defense ain't out. Well, half the DBs ain't out.
But
there.
the crazy thing is, this defense will be better than that, minus or take, there's
no Urlacher out
Pro
there.
Bowl
There's no
Urlacher
Urlacher out there.
But I'm saying the ceiling of that. But you're talking about a full. If the line is actually good, because we only really had that 1 year where the line was and the whole team was good with Mike Brown, with Tommy. When those guys went down, they were still good because of Briggs and Urlacher. But to have 5 secondary players,
Yeah.
and then we have since now they're going out with, like you said, more to for 2 linebackers. It's like but then it gives you that 5th cornerback. But they actually maybe get 4 linemen because who do we have? It was once Tommy went down, it was Tank Johnson.
Tank Johnson
It
was
was
solid.
I can't remember because I'm trying to remember. I mean, it was Adewale Ogunleye,
Adewale, Tank,
Alex
Brown.
because the second iteration was Julius Peppers.
Yeah, Pep ended up coming in in 8,
So that
in 9.
Yeah, a little bit later. But
Yeah,
that defense was scary good. So to see this, yeah, I'm excited. If
Don Quixote, now listen, I'm talking about defensively. I'm talking about defensively here, but no, this defensive squad is special. And I don't think that's too far to say. When they sit there and I was about to say what's going on there. When they sit there and they talk about being top 5, I can see it now. Versus the past, I think that there's a little bit more leeway there. I think that while we have some really good DBs, there is going to be the pass rush is still a question. I hope that, and I asked Flus about this today as well. I hope that Austin Booker gets an opportunity to go up against the ones. But to me, I mean, Israel Adonijah, another good name there, Vaughn.
Adonijah, yeah.
But to me, when you watch this defense, I mean, like you're not going to be able to run on them. You're going to have to pass on them, and that feeds right into the scenario that they want there. And if you're throwing the football out there, at least how it seems with what we've seen over the last, they just don't look at Jalen Johnson's side. So that means you're hoping that Tyreek Stevenson takes that next step.
He's still
if Tyreek Stevenson takes that next step, like
but you've
got guys everywhere on this defense to feel good about. And then on top of that, just in case, right, we saw a taste of this in the Bills game, just in case that pass rush isn't as top tier as we hope it is. Like there is still a how the linebackers are able to not only cover but also rush.
Yeah,
is still so incredibly valuable to this team, and I think Flus has kind of figured out that dynamic of it as well.
Speaking about the rush, how did our line hold up against the rush?
Offensive line looked solid today. It wasn't. There was a couple moments where Caleb would have got his head took off, but
okay.
I mean, listen,
he didn't say just sack or they would have got to. We said took off. Okay,
there was a couple moments where there was one where I can't. Trey Hendrickson came around the right side, and literally just tapped Caleb on the head.
Oh yeah, this one.
Yeah. It was.
He's pretty good.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good. Yeah. Hey, listen. At the end of the day, Bears go get him. You know what I mean? We'll talk about that in a second. But there's a lot to be happy about as a Bears fan right now. And I think some Bears fans are just scared to be happy because we've been happy. We've been excited in the past, and then the season starts and it's like, it's over. Well, it just feels different this time because there's something that you can rest your hat on while there's something that you can clearly see growing every time you watch practice.
Well, the biggest issue is that we've been able to build defenses. It's can we protect the defense by putting an offense out there that can control the clock, we can run, we can pass. This could be very scary. I mean, and actually the comparison could be more like the recent Tampa Bay Bucks. I mean, they ran a similar system. They had that dominating defense when Tom Brady was there, or actually even when Jameis was there. They had a really good defense. But
they were a 4-3, weren't they?
Yeah, that was a Tampa 2 defense.
Yeah.
Because I think I don't know how long was
Lovey
there.
wasn't still there.
Lovey was there for a little bit. But that last iteration of Tampa's defense. That's kind of what you're looking at. Even the Colts with Flus when he was there. Once you can get your 3 technique guy to be that linchpin.
Oh yeah, you talking about with DeForest.
DeForest Buckner.
Yeah.
But this team, it could be a true balance of a squad with the offense and the defense can complement each other. It's not just like the offense can win games as well as hopefully the defense, and we know the defense can win some games.
I'm looking at
And too, the thing that I like, right, is that every time Caleb get asked a question about like, oh, how do you stop this offense, or what do you think this offense is gonna do? Right, he already knows. It's like there's no way you're playing. You can't play either of the guys on the offense one-on-one. I have too many options. And then the thing,
You can't double them up.
I mean, yeah, you can't double them because there's too many options. And the thing that I also like too is that even for him, I'm excited for him because even in college, like he's never had this. Like we talked about it when he first, he first came out of him not having to play that Superman role. Like in college, hey, I gotta put up at least 52 or we gonna lose. So it's like now he knows that hey, I got a good enough offense that hey, we can go out and spell the defense, score some points, take time off the clock, play that time of possession game, and hopefully, like Joe said, go out and win the game. It's literally a pick your poison at this point.
I see them mimicking what the Texans did so well, and we already see the results of that.
I don't think it's mimicking the Texans.
I think it is.
No,
you mean as far as success?
No, I think they have
the way
a better.
They structured it. They got the QB, and they got the QB. They got
Texas already had Larry Tunsil. They did get their QB, but
they did get a QB.
Having your answer at left tackle already make a big difference.
They run the 4-3. Their defense was pretty good last season.
No, I mean, like I'm saying, it's going to be success. What I'm saying is, I think there's a potential for them to actually dominate more so than most of the people with the Texans was like. Nobody was really paying attention to Texans, and then it's like. Okay, C.J. Stroud, rookie, he's okay. They're stringing games along. Wait, and they kind of like crept in as a 10-6.
I think about week 4 months was like, oh no, they had a real. Nobody. Will Anderson was 5 sacks in already.
They barely won. No, they had a weak division, and they got in. They were able to capitalize on that. Like, I mean, they were definitely trending. But my point is, there's a little more anticipation of this team because we already had a good defense coming into the offseason. And so now it's like, okay, they're adding the pieces. I'm actually very excited to see how the secondary plays because just like how what I was saying about what Caleb's play could actually help the offensive line, I think that secondary could actually help the defensive line with the deficiencies because if we don't know if Booker really is going to be that end or if it's DeMarcus, but it's their rotation. But we're having 5 secondary dudes that are solid. I don't think we've maybe had 2 or 3, but not necessarily 5. Both corners, both safeties.
We've had both corners. We had Mike Brown. We have another guy.
But we lost Mike Brown. When all the full complement is there, it's deadly.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've seen 5 secondary guys: Bayard, Brisker, Gordon, Johnson, and Stevenson.
Yeah.
Like I don't think we've seen that.
Dog.
The fact that you don't even need the sound effect. You don't even need to play it.
I thought that was a sound effect.
Hey, man, let's keep this thing moving along. Let us know your thoughts from camp, man. There's a lot to be excited about from camp. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do, man. If you haven't hit that like button on the YouTube side, please do. If you haven't hit that like button on the Twitter side, please do. But also, take the time out to hit that old retweet. Or the re-X. I don't know what Elon's calling it. Go re-X that thing.
Re-X that what?
I think it's still retweet.
I've re-X'd
Hey, we're going to retweet. We're just going to retweet.
That's all
we're going to
re-X?
Yeah.
I'm going to retweet.
Usually it's at about 2 a.m. You know what I'm saying? And you just
and we're moving into the next topic. Because,
okay. All right.
Hey, listen, what do we want to see on Saturday, Pat?
It's called repost now.
Oh, that's gross.
Okay, listen.
That's what it says on it.
As we move past this
nasty word.
You can't tell me you ain't never read.
I'm going to focus solely on the game on Saturday, baby. That's all I'm going to do.
Chef Mac, was there any trash talk before we get into it? Bro, there was one moment where things got heated, and they really didn't get heated at any point. There was one moment, and I forget. I want to say it wasn't Baskerville. I want to say it was like 44, whoever 44 is. And he was going up against 60 on the Bengals. 60's on the offensive line. He's massive. And I'm talking about he tried to push 60 with all his might. 60 didn't move. and the beef was immediately over. I was laughing so hard because it was like, bro, I've been in that situation. I've lost that fight where nobody told me I was I wasn't picking the fight. He was kind of jawing at me, but that I swung on the U18 boxing champion for the area.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
that was well.
yeah. You hit him in the mouth, and then he's like, "Oh, it's a good shot."
Mm.
Then he hits you. Then just to be nice, he only hit you 6 times in the body, but nothing in the face. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I've been there. So I instantly, when you hit somebody and you like, "Oh, that didn't go how I thought it was gonna go," it really de-escalates things for you real quick.
Yeah.
So that's the only moment that was maybe got a little bit of spicy.
I was going to say, like, normally, because a lot of times when you bring those other teams, they end up getting real chippy. You know, like, was there any else? Like, sometimes with fights, so they were pretty much
that
cool.
was, I mean, it was at the point when 11 on 11s was starting up, if you were going to see anything, two of the guys went down with injury, and Bayard talked about it. It really sucks the air out of the practice a little bit, because it's like, all right, well, this mug it looked like he got a major injury. So, no, it sucks the air out of the practice. Ain't crazy.
Whoa, wait a minute. I didn't mean you. Wait, time out.
How you throwing a flag? I said it's not crazy.
I wasn't even talking about that, but the fact that you repeated it, the way you repeated
it,
with
you
the
wildin'.
look you gave me.
You wildin'. That's why we got 69 likes on the video.
Nice.
Let's talk about what do we want to see on Saturday. We did get confirmation that the starters are going to play on Saturday, so that is exciting news for Bears fans right now. As music to my ears, legitimately. I'm so happy about that. Cole Kmet dropped the nugget and I definitely don't think that he was supposed to tell this, because Flus talked about the starters playing in the weirdest way. I don't know if y'all listened to the press conference, but he was like, we're going to go through some of our operation, and we feel really good about our operation. And I hear that, and I'm like, he finna say the starters not playing. He's like, so we're going to see the starters on Saturday. I was like, just say it. Just why we doing the horse and pony show that lead up to the starters are playing?
He has to do it for hard knocks.
But the starters are playing, and then afterwards, Cole talked about the starters playing, and somebody hit him with do you know how much the starters are playing? And when Flus was asked that question, he was like, yeah, again, we feel really good about our operation, feel good about our plan. We don't know what's going on. Cole was like, yeah, I think just a little bit less than a quarter, and he saw everybody go to start tweeting it out, and he was like, but don't quote me on that. Dang it. So,
speaking of which,
starters will play. What do we want to see on Saturday, boys? Now that we know that the starters are going to play,
I would like to see
some dots.
Dots.
You know what? Definitely want to see really just putting a series together where you really moving down the field, score a touchdown. I know that like that throw to Rome, Caleb wanted to get back, but just to see that continuation of the feel. So by the time that they play, because they're not going to play next week, so this is the dress rehearsal for week 1.
They can play next week.
No, I'm saying they're not going to play
the starters aren't going to play.
In the last preseason game. So this is going to be that last game. So I would like to see that. For me, I also want to just see, I see some comments. Definitely see what Austin Booker looks like.
Hold on. Is it not Horse and Pony Show?
It's a Dog and Pony Show.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
I've never known this. Anyway, go ahead.
It's a Dog and Pony Show.
Really? I didn't know this.
Really?
Interesting. Okay.
No, but I'd like to see how Booker looks, and then just the full offensive line. Like, because your boy Nate Davis did practice, right? Didn't you?
Nate Davis did practice.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Nate put somebody down.
I told y'all he's going to play.
Nate put somebody down.
He just don't want to practice.
Right? Nate dropped back, and I mean, like, I forget who it was rushing on him, but I mean, like, he put him to the ground. I was like, okay, Nate.
Is Nate the dude who just don't want to show up for practice but can come out absolutely destroyed?
Yeah,
no, that's the problem. That's the issue.
So
if
he's
he was
not
David
Allen
Bakhtiari, I would never complain about Nate Davis not practicing. He's not David Bakhtiari.
Okay.
Here's the thing. You can't be good enough and not practice.
You have to be exceptional.
You got to be one of the best right guards in the NFL.
He's not.
No.
Okay.
He's a solid right guard when he's out there. But no, to me, I think that the thing that I would love to see from this Bears team on Saturday, Joel mentioned it, not just dots, but you're going to the Bengals. The Bengals are not playing their starters, so finish off a couple of drives in this end zone.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you're going up against the twos. Show me that the twos can't compete with you. You know what I mean? And I'm from the offense as a whole, right? You're going to see Keenan out there. You're going to see DJ out there. Now, I don't know how much you're going to see of those guys. I like the fact that they're doing this just because, one, it to me sounds like Flus has learned from his mistakes. And also, you're going to get to see the operation get more work. But, like, just finish this thing out in the end zones. Come away with some touchdowns. It's been the one thing that has held this team back. And I hope that it's finally that bugaboo that they can overcome.
Yeah, I think for me, I want to see I want to see some red zone offense, but not only that, even going back from the last episode of Hard Knocks, I want to see what the dynamic of Caleb and Rome is gonna look like. Like Joe said, because I think that really once they get it together, I think it'll take them some time. But I think that later on down the line, that rookie connection is going to benefit them later on in the season. And I also want to see what Keenan Allen is going to look like. To be honest, because to me, I don't really feel like I've seen that much, but just getting him implemented and I guess getting to see the full operation of how he fits into that would be pretty crazy. So I think that those are probably my three things, and also Austin Booker.
Well,
everybody wants to see Austin Booker. Austin Booker,
yeah, because it's like, man, if we can get a diamond in the rough like that, even though he was really like a fourth round.
Might not have to get another edge.
Well, actually, he was graded a second round pick.
This is the thing. The belief was that if he had gone back to college this year, he would have been a second round pick.
Yeah.
At a minimum, a high second round or late first round type of guy.
If
you can develop that in him in the NFL already, you're in a great spot.
Yeah. But you're not going to see like a lot. All you're seeing is another dress rehearsal of timing, being able to hike the ball. Does the offensive line, can they make the calls? Basic protection. That's what we're going to get out of these preseason games. We're not getting, we saw this connection that's going to do that. No, they're not going to show really anything. It's just how does giving Caleb more tape to go back to study about timing, the speed. He did very well. Like everybody's like going nuts for him in terms of last week because it was like he looked like a quarterback. Yeah. And he still had some things he could work on. So it's like these are more things for practice for him. And so I want to see him have the reps so that's what we're going to see. Rome getting out there, DJ, all those guys. That's cool. We don't want to get hurt, but really it's Caleb being able to make his reads. Let's see him make more progressions and stuff like that. That's what I like to see.
Yeah, I like the fact that we can clearly see that he made a mistake in the opening drive. You said the very first snap.
And 707. So
707.
First.
Even still,
play,
it's this whole preseason, this whole training camp is about learning from your previous mistakes. And so you playing against the same team on Saturday, and now even though we don't get to see most of the starters on Saturday for the Bengals, you get to see this steady progression that they're building on. That's what I want to see. Continue to build on the things that you're learning. Continue to build on the things that you made mistakes on previously, and now just grow and ascend to what you're supposed to be. So now, by week 1, my hope is that, all right, we got a team that's coming out of the gates. They're ready to go. It's not like last season where we weren't ready. We weren't prepared. We're ready to go. And I would love to see that the offense, the defense, special teams, everything all together, it just kind of gels together cohesively.
There's a couple of things that Pat mentioned from the last game and a couple of practices that I thought was interesting. I would love to see if they cleaned up on. One, you mentioned a lot of pre-snap penalties that happened in practice, especially after the Bills game. So want to see what that looks like here. You didn't mention anything on that level this practice.
They had one delay a game. They had actually that might be it. That's really all the laundry. I saw like some PIs and stuff like that, but like that's kind of
not on the line. So pre-snap penalties, obviously that's not there. Yeah. I'm really interested in the Ryan Bates, Coleman Shelton whole conversation.
Bates hasn't been out there.
So Coleman Shelton is going to be the starter. Well, because Bates is listed as the starter.
Yeah, I don't know what Ryan Bates is right now. Ryan Bates is on the team.
So I'm curious.
Your vocal leader might be your backup. That's what this is looking like. And Flu said he's week to week today.
Got you. So I'm really interested in that because, Caleb can be the best ever, right? But that exchange, if that's wacky, a whole lot goes wrong. So I'm really interested in that. So that's one of our weak spots there. And also, ironically, and you kind of attribute some of this to Hard Knocks, I want to see what happens with Velus. Like, I want to see where, ultimately.
I'm cool.
Because, realistically, I have to start thinking positively about Velus. That dude is freakishly fast.
I don't care.
I don't. It don't
We've
matter.
seen
but he is
fast
freakishly
people
fast.
before
I
they
give him that.
I said this. I said this on the morning show on.
Well, you only been on one, so it was Wednesday.
I don't know why I was looking at that, but anyway, I said this that morning though. It's cooked. It's cooked. They've pretty much tried everything. Like they tried you as a kick returner, punt returner. You're still muffing punts. You just muffed one last
Muff
week.
kickoffs.
I mean,
you can't have you muffin.
You still you still
He's a
muffing.
big muff guy.
Big muff.
Big muff guy.
Nice muff.
Big muff guy. You scored last week. You scored last week, but even then, it's like, bro,
Vegas did have a touchdown today.
You have to start putting things together, and right now, he's just not doing that. And it's not to say that, hey, we didn't give you a fair shake because you've literally been everywhere,
and that's fair, right? I'm not. The reason I'm interested in what that's going to look like is because if you mess up our kick returns or any of our returns, you could that could shift the whole game, right?
Yeah.
So what is our
that can what, my folks?
That can shift. I said shift. That's
Can you spell it?
SHIFT.
Appreciate
Oh.
it. I got nervous.
Here we go. All
Hey,
right.
I got nervous.
That is the funniest thing straight up because he does because Ringo catches that and I'm like, what? That's so funny to me. FT. Oh, okay. He's double checking.
But seriously, like,
I don't know why we started doing that. I think I
It's
heard
so
that on like
funny.
Waddle and Sylvie back in the day. Like, I just started saying it, and he ran with
It was a Bulls live call.
I definitely said it on the
You was
Bulls
going
Live.
fast, and you definitely didn't sound like you said it shift. But anyway,
but I think
it was
that's
a
why
Bulls
we
live
started
call.
that.
That's why we started doing it
Yeah.
because people was like, "Is Pat cussing?" Like, no, he said shift. He said shift.
Shift.
But like seriously though, have we seen Carter out there a lot?
Who?
See who?
Carter. Or
Who's
was
that?
it DeAndre Carter?
Oh,
yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
DeAndre. We haven't seen him out there. Like, so they're giving him the reps. Like, what is that going to look like? Is he even better than Velus in that respect? Like,
you know what?
there's just some ambiguity there that I want to see if we're going to clear up, and then from there move on. I'm just focused on the weak spots that we all kind of harped on. Kick return being one of them.
He's proven that
And
Actually-
setup being another one. So
Actually, that's a good point about Colin Johnson. Like, who else is going to shine? Like, does he make the team? But it's like,
No.
you got such a logjam of
He don't make the team.
he doesn't make the
He
team.
doesn't make the
Nah.
Now, it would just be curious to see.
Mostly
who
because
actually-
he's been injured the last couple of weeks, but he don't make the team. I never expected Colin Johnson to make the team. If he made the team, it was going to be as a special teamer. Shout out to Say Shy said he said everyone wanted Velus switch to running back. Now that he's there, they don't want him to get a chance. There's 2 preseason games left at running back. He's going to get the opportunity to.
there's no room for him at running back.
I didn't want Velus to switch to running back. I was like, this dude, listen, he
can't
ATH.
catch.
He's ATH. He's an athlete. I'm not going to tell you he's not an athlete. I'm not
Yo.
going to tell you he's not 6 feet tall.
I'm about to
You're
say,
good,
go with
bro.
this.
You're
No,
bogus,
yeah,
'cause
because
I
it's
know-
hard to
I know-
classify when they're athletes.
No, like that's
I know where he got because on
That's on.
no because on college football
Yeah.
because on college football it literally has a section where it's like quarterback,
oh yeah,
running
when they
back,
say the
yeah,
position,
athlete.
Athlete, yeah.
He's just that.
No, yeah,
and then you
he's-
switch them and they like trash and one.
Yeah, he's an athlete, so it's fine. But it's like he's not one of the best 4 running backs on the team. He's not one of
Yeah,
the
I
best
got you.
6 wide receivers on the team. Maybe he's the best kick returner on the team, except he keeps trying to catch the football like this.
Ooh.
Like, you know what I mean?
I got one more though. Colin Johnson. I want to see what he does.
I
You
just
like-
said
you
that.
missed that part, huh?
I did.
I
I
totally
missed
just
that one.
said
I
that.
totally missed that one.
Like I looked
Like,
right at you.
Oh, you did.
Like, go back to
No.
Ice
Go
cream.
back to Pat.
when you said
Go back to Pat.
that,
Go
I
back to
promise you,
Pat.
I knew what I was looking at. I'm like, is he on here? Is
No,
he on
not
here?
me,
There he
him.
is.
Just
Oh yeah, my mind went left. It's okay. It's all right. It happens.
let's
Play
move on
mess
to the
up
next
sometimes.
topic.
Oh, let's keep this thing moving along, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. The Matthew Judon conversation has been one that has been around the Chicago Bears because that not only did we had speculated that the Bears were interested in Judon. We had heard that from Albert Breer, but also that the Bears were in on Matthew Judon.
Yeah.
One of the final 2 teams to go after him, but the report is that the Bears offered a third and the Atlanta Falcons offered a third. And because the Bears' third was lower than the Falcons' third, they end up missing out on Matthew Judon because they would not offer the second round pick. And I guess for sake of time, we got 15 minutes left here. And because the final question kind of goes into this same question as well. I'm sorry, Joe. You can put your graphic up if you want to.
No, it's good.
Yeah,
Good.
but do we feel like, because Poles was going after him, is this a miss that Ryan Poles did not offer the second round pick, and which could have been the Bears second round pick? It didn't have to be the Panthers second round pick. They have two of them. Is it a miss that the Bears didn't offer the second round pick for Matthew Judon when you could have gotten that guy opposite Montez Sweat? You could have gotten an answer realistically.
Depends on which
I don't think it is.
Well, look, we talked about that a few times, right? Where because he's 31, right?
32 years old.
So he
I
wants
wasn't
to
giving
get paid.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to probably pay him $25 million. If you can keep him for 2 years, then maybe. But you want to, if for the second round pick, you're trying to get a guy that can stick around for a while. Like my thing was, if I'm getting a guy like 27, I think that Max Crosby, I think, was the guy. Like that's who you would want to target, someone like that. You don't want to get a guy that could possibly just drop off after, because some guys, if they're good, they can go to 36.
Yeah.
But do you want to risk that? And he's going to want a lot of money. So to get a third round pick, I mean, it really would have been a steal. But shout out to Poles, in general, that he's still trying to make the team better.
Yep.
Which I guess goes into our next topic about, is Poles basically.
Well, I think this is and
there you go, baby.
hey, see, I got these picks I can deal now, baby.
Got all these cards.
No, I think that this does go into the conversation perfectly, right? Is Ryan Poles in win now mode, and the conversation around the Matthew Judon situation. I don't think that you lost out on this, but it's good to know that you were in there. You set your price. You said, this is our price. Yep. If you want to go a different direction with this, we can go a different direction with this. But he's looking, he's talking. And I think, right, is Poles in win now mode? It seems like it.
Yes.
It doesn't seem like he's waiting around. Now, I don't think he's in P Kid win now mode, where it's like, I got a first round pick for a 32-year-old.
He's not saying,
you know what I mean? I don't know if he's there yet.
And only played 4 games too, right?
Last year he was hurt.
He's not saying
I ain't giving up no first rounder for 32.
Yeah, second round pick is a high pick.
Well, I said
that's
depending on
that's
which
a
second
pretty high
round
pick,
pick, because if it's a Carolina's pick, we all know that's going to be a lower pick.
That's the one they want.
So if I didn't know that though, I think it is our
pick.
pick.
It didn't say which second round
pick.
It
didn't
guarantee you they want the
yeah.
Like,
I mean,
our pick is going to probably be closer to the late.
Yeah, I would never trade Carolina's pick.
I'm not.
Either way,
we're not going to be a lottery squad. That's for sure.
Because here's the thing: no matter which second round pick, it's better than the third round pick that Atlanta was offering. So you could have been offering your own pick there.
You know, it's funny. I didn't even think about our pick. I'm only thinking about that Panthers pick.
Oh yeah, no.
But
our pick was available.
I would put my GM hat back on. You know what I'm saying? Because
we don't know exactly where our third is going to land exactly.
You don't know where none of the picks are going to land, right?
But like realistically, I would have kept the Panthers pick, and because I think he's in win now mode. Yeah, I would have sacrificed our second round.
But he's paid. The thing is, he's disciplined. He's still going to look to make the team better. He's not gambling. He's calculated.
And I think that's the thing. That offering a third for Matthew Judon is a win for both sides. The Patriots come away with a third. You get Matthew Judon, right? He's a 32-year-old. You're taking a chance there, though. There is a gamble. But I'm gambling with a third-round pick, right? Not to say a third-round pick is not still good draft capital, but that's capital I'm willing to gamble with, because at 32 years old,
we're still doing
there's no third rounder that's going to be better than Matthew Judon.
Did you see
low third, high second? We're still dealing with impact players. It wouldn't have mattered.
No, but a high second is a
you're getting a starter with that second round.
A high second is like you have to be good. Like Javon Dexter, people are focused on him because
I'm saying high.
He has to be
further
good.
late. I meant to say late second round. Second round.
Well, I mean, you hope it's a late second round.
Like late second,
gonna be.
Like ours. I'm projecting we get 9-10 wins.
That's why Chase Claypool was a bust, because that's a high pick. You can get it. You're going to get starters in your first. The first round have to start. Second round, you should get a starter. And third, that guys pretty much are contributors that make the squad. Then you get fortunate with a fourth, and if you hit it out of fifth, then you're just a genius because you can scout. But that's kind of how it goes. Did y'all see my man Poles and Cunningham on Hard Knocks? He's like, Did you see Caleb? He looks he looks crisp. But what did he say?
He's looking better.
Yeah,
he was like he looks
more
sharp.
comfortable.
Like, he looks more sharp.
Yeah.
But he's all like deadpan about it. Like he's almost too cold and calculated to me.
No, I mean,
he got his career riding on this
Hey,
moment. Hey, listen, if Justin Fields goes out there throwing dots and you suck, boy, you better come with it.
Hey, real quick, because I know Pat mentioned this earlier. You said it was 2 injuries in practice. One of the injuries in practice today, Chris Evans, torn patellar tendon.
Yeah.
Out for
Is that
season.
70?
Huh?
Was that 70?
I think that's the running back.
No, that was the running back. Chris Evans is the running back.
Illinois guy too.
Yeah.
Torn patella is crazy.
Yeah. No, he went down. You know it was bad. He went down. You know it was bad.
That hurts.
Yeah.
I don't never want to experience that, like tearing a
At
muscle
all.
like that.
I don't want to experience
God.
tearing nothing. D-Dog said, Joel perfectly said, Ryan is disciplined but patiently aggressive. Pace was just aggressive just for the sake of doing something. Yeah, and I think that's why I think that he is.
I like that too.
I don't like that.
No,
because,
you know why?
Because it's all like as
No, you're
fans
right.
we like that because it's like swing for the fences. If you miss,
No.
what's the worst that
And
happens?
that's
But
what
now I
happened
gotta-
with Chase
Now I got to
Claypool.
deal with my team being bad for 5 years.
No, you're 100% right. But my point was we're so used to somebody not doing nothing. Where it's like Jerry Angelo. He wouldn't do anything. It was like the one trade he made was when he traded out of the 4th pick to get the Grossman and the Dr. Doolittle pick.
Could have really used that 4th pick though.
That was Terrell.
Really
that was
coulda used that 4th
Suggs.
pick. You know what though?
And they said Suggs wasn't special.
I've gone back and looked at that. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sexy Rexy was the quarterback to go after. That man was cold in college.
He was nice in Florida.
That man was cold.
But it was Dr. Doolittle that we.
Yeah, that was a bad pick. That was the
Haynes
worst pick.
Was trash.
Going back and looking at Rex Grossman,
Who was still on the board when we picked him?
And by the way,
Oh, there's a lot of
Troy
people on the board.
Polamalu was still out there.
Yeah, Troy Polamalu was still
And we
out there.
passed
Terrell
on
Suggs was still
Terrell
out there.
Suggs.
Now, I wouldn't have done that. But if you thought you was getting the quarterback,
Rex was the person.
Rex was a dog in college. I had to go back and watch. I was like, I forgot he was throwing dots.
No, he was nice. He was just little.
He was little. That's why he ended up falling.
And he
small.
got hurt 3 years in a row. Anyways.
Yeah.
But
anyway.
the point is that he has the right balance, I think, of if you combine Angelo with pace, of sticking to your guns, but then making the move that you have to make.
The thing about Ryan Poles to me is Ryan Poles has a plan.
Uh-huh.
There are variations that he can add into his plan, but they do not deviate from the plan. And that's what I like. He's not driving down the highway and he's getting off on random exits to go get ice cream. He's going down the highway, and I think it's very much like when you in traffic, right? When you in traffic and you like, I'm finna miss some of this traffic, and so you get off on the exit and then you get right back on. Yeah, I mean, like I think that is what Ryan Poles is doing. He's ducking out some of the traffic. He's willing to say, okay, what we got going on over here? Nah, okay, we back in. He's just the deep stare is crazy. He loves that.
Nah, he's
still a good joke. It's still play.
He cooked you, dog.
It's still play.
Ice cream.
Okay. Hey, listen. It's a superpower. It's a gift of the curse.
Oh,
The
God.
ADHD helps.
Nah, don't let 2024 tell you that. You like
That's so funny.
you like what's his name? What's old boy that was on the Wizards? The center that was trash.
Why gotta be a trash center?
Jesus.
No, because
Why could you find somebody that was good?
Brendan
that
Hayes.
was on
no,
here?
because he was trying to change the narrative on him being trash.
Oh,
you talking about
Kwame Brown? No,
The JaVale McGee slander is crazy.
He had some Shaq in the full year.
No,
He
Kwame
definitely had
Brown.
that, but
I mean,
JaVale McGee
two-time
actually
champ.
could play basketball.
But he
Wait,
should've been
no,
better.
no,
He got
three-time champ.
He's a
Yeah, he's
three-time.
three-time champ.
We get the third one from. Third one's
Lakers.
with the
Two
Lakers.
Two with Golden State, the third one with the Lakers. Yeah, he's a three-time champ. No, I was like, kid like Kwame Brown. He gonna say ADHD ain't that bad. like Kwame Brown being like, I wasn't really a buzz.
Fam,
Like the world was bad. It wasn't me.
I get the analogy, but could you not associate me with Kwame Brown? Bro?
Brown.
Like now, that's gonna be the tagline. Kwame Brown.
Kwame Brown.
No, you can't do that.
He's a bust. A bona fide scrub.
You
That's
can't
one
do
of the
that.
craziest things ever, dog. Hey, bro, media back in the day had no fear of running a fade, bro.
Oh man.
Like that is to talk about somebody that I guess I talk about Bayless Jones pretty bad.
You do talk about that.
Not
I
that
talk about
bad.
Bayless. I don't talk about him that bad.
Hey,
he
no,
went-
I do.
Stephen A. went
No, I
bad.
do.
Yeah, he do.
Because I definitely said he can't be. He shouldn't be on the football team.
But I think
Dang.
when you question a person's intelligence and things of that nature, that's
Yeah, I don't think
That's-
he's a bad person. I don't think he's dumb. I
Right.
don't think.
You're
I just
talking
think
about his play.
I just think he got some catching issues.
and that's what's fair game. If you're played, that's what we're here to watch and critique and go through this whole process. And
yeah.
so that's what you're going to be open for, that type of scrutiny. But when you attack a man's character or slander him and say all that type of stuff, that's where you draw the
He
cross
didn't
the line.
attack his character.
Yeah, I don't know if he attacked
Stephen
his,
A. went at dude.
He's certified, so he just called him a
He called him a scrub.
Yeah, but he went. I
The
gotta
only
go-
What's a scrub?
The only person who really attacked somebody's character was Kendrick Perkins.
No, Skip be used
Oh
to
yeah,
attack
Skip,
people's
Skip
characters all the
and
time.
Shannon and
I'm
Hey,
just
the
saying
stories
when they
coming
do
out
that,
no,
about
I feel
Skip,
what you're saying though.
now that he retired,
I'm sorry,
Skip is getting cooked in the media.
bro.
Oh, he deserved all of it.
I can't stand Skip.
He deserved all of it,
I
bro.
a lot of them are
stand
just jealous because they can't get the success that they want, and or
But
couldn't
it's
get.
so weird, bro. It's like you're one of the most successful people in your field. Why are you upset that you're not the most successful person in his field?
Mm,
And I get it that the players can come on and say, well, you never played the game, so you don't know. But like
That's fair.
how I handle that is, you're right. I didn't play the game. Just like how Stephen A. do. I didn't play the game. You tell me what I'm seeing, because these people over here that play the game, and by the way, they also play the game up here, and you kind of hear they up here, they said this. Like it with Skip, it was like, I didn't play the game, so I need to be upset that I didn't play the game. It's like, dog, you one of the top journalists
Yeah,
in your field. What are you mad about?
you were dominant in your field. You should.
I'm not gonna sit here and argue with. I'm not gonna sit here and argue football with somebody that know football and say this is how I feel about it. I'm gonna say, well, this is what Olin Cruz said about it. This is what Jason McKee said. This is what Lance Briggs said about it. This is how Brian Urlacher felt about it.
The personal.
Now, what do
attacks.
you say to those guys?
When he said, when they was defending what was it, Tom Brady? What were they talking about? That he came at Shannon real.
Tom Brady.
He was
Brady.
talking about
Tom
Tom
Brady.
yeah, because he was old.
He said, "You're mad that he's still playing and you're not."
What?
He's
Like, he was like, you would rather insult me than defend him, you know?
yeah.
He don't
it
even
was-
like you.
Yeah, I'm glad he gone.
Like,
I'm glad he
yeah, I'm
gone.
glad he's gone.
Although they finna put Nick Wright in the spot, but Nick Wright getting good at the right time. It might be solid. We'll see.
I can fool with Nick, right?
I'm fooling with it, but no. I think the statement of getting back to some football here. The statement of is Ryan Poles in win now mode. I think is accurate with how he's trying to go out and facilitate these moves. But I think that he's not willing to jeopardize
His future.
winning in the future
Yes.
to win now. And I think that is still qualified as win now mode.
Yeah.
You can say, I want to do this so that we can win right now. But also, I've done a lot of stuff for us to win right now. We better not lose this year. I just want y'all to be better.
What I like, though, is that we've been calling it that there's a move to be
Mhm.
made. So it's like, okay, he actually is. Versus
Yeah.
sometimes, people are just talking and there's chatter, and whether it's actually substantiated. But the fact is that, okay, that's what, substantiated?
Substantiated.
No, not the word.
Oh.
I'm sitting here. I'm like, I thought we was done with cicadas.
Oh, yeah.
I just hear them screaming out here. I'm like, all right, we doing this.
But
thing.
I'm the guy on the ice on the E-way getting ice cream. Right? I'm the guy say ice cream. Hey, can't nobody hear them cicadas but you. Come on, dog.
Fair point.
I
Fair
can
point.
hear
Hey,
him.
he's
I
by the
can hear him.
door getting here. The cicadas.
Hey, kid, just own it, man. It's okay, man.
I'm good with it. Hey, listen,
Embrace.
I absolutely have gotten off the
Embrace.
E-way for some candy before. It's okay. It's okay.
Showed up with gummy worms
What's
yesterday.
up, gummy worms? I thought I had time, baby. It's a good movie.
Hey,
That's
hey,
okay.
no, kid gonna be
All
driving
right.
home after the show like, always get on me about my goddamn ice cream. Ice cream.
Absolutely. Hey, but we can't hear them cicadas.
Oh, whatever. Anyway, so you were saying.
My point is that I like the fact that with what was I saying? God dang it. Thanks, Pat. No. Him making the moves he has
Brought
to
to you
make.
by cicadas.
What's my point?
Brought to you
My
by
bad.
cicadas.
I did that.
What was I saying?
I'm gonna let you think about it real quick. The one thing I will say about this,
Hey, I actually
honestly,
can't hear it now, though.
yeah, we can't hear it. Hey, because you're not
Thanks,
paying
Pat.
attention to it. The one thing I will say that I've really appreciated about Poles in his journey is it really does seem as if he's learned from every stop he's been in. His time in KC, how they structured it. You know, we all talked about KC and how they went about things as, hey, they're going to fall off when they left or when they let Tariq Hill walk. They won another championship.
Nope.
The way that they structured everything, even the way that they tried to do their contracts. And it's like, hey, you can see remnants of that here. You can see him bringing that influence here and how he structured this team, how he's going about signing people, things of that nature. Even the whole Keenan Allen thing, in extending DJ. DJ's contract ends right when we might have to pay Rome. Or you would have paid him around that time. It's like that overlap happens there. That's just being real skillful with that, and that's him and his whole team. So I'm really enjoying seeing him at his young. I think he's one of the youngest GMs in the league too, right?
Yeah,
if not
I
the
think
youngest.
he's still the
it's
youngest
like
GM in the league.
36 or 37, something like that.
I'm loving to see, you know, his evolution as a GM and things of that nature. So I mean, we got one, boys. We got.
I think-
Yeah, he has the
Youngest
perfect
GM
balance.
in the NFL is now Andrew Berry. As of July 10th, 2024, he got hired to the Browns.
I think right now it's just a lot of cautious. I think it's cautious optimism from him. I think right now he thinks that, you know, they have everything to go out and be successful. I think that he's definitely holding on to that second round pick and that third round pick. Like, hey, like if we really do need this, and I quite possibly have to make a move, then I'm gonna do this. But to Kid's point, he's learned at every stop that he's been at. So it's just like, okay, now we have this team fielded. Let's go out and see what they can do. But if I need to do this and push comes to shove, I can get rid of these second and third round picks because Trey Hendrickson is still out there.
No, but he's still 31. We don't want to do that.
Well,
I like
I think
No, Trey Hendrickson is
universal
29.
trust. I like universal
Trey
trust.
Henderson in his 20s. He ain't in his 30s.
I thought he was 30.
No, Trey
Nah,
Henderson like
he's
28,
29.
So it'll be 30 this year. I think we looked this up. We did a whole segment on
Yeah,
it.
born in
no,
90,
But the
not-
answer
not-
is
not
Poles is in
32.
develop
He's born in
win
94,
now
so he'll be
mode.
30.
He'll be 30 this year.
That's what
Yeah,
I
I
thought.
love the perfect balance. You
In
got the
December, though.
we have the perfect
Oh,
balance
yeah,
of a
okay.
GM, and we're at the right time of it all. I'm in my late 30s, and I've only seen one Bears Super Bowl, right? And we've never seen the Bears win.
You saw it?
Yeah, the
Oh
Super Bowl.
no, 27.
Yeah, 2006.
I'm thinking 80. I'm gonna say you weren't born here.
No, I wasn't. Listen, I was born in
He's
85.
born, but it's like-
Right.
Joe was just finishing his
molded
second
by it.
semester at college when they won that
I
Super Bowl
believe
in
it.
85.
I believe it.
No, but
Actually, he was starting his career at IBM.
No, that was my
Dang.
dad.
You're ageless.
yeah, you are.
I am up.
You are young. Looking.
It's weird. To,
You are young looking. Is
Thank you.
nuts.
I'll take that. Thanks, Cal.
No,
Appreciate
I think here's the thing too, though, right? I think Kid brought up a great point about how he's learning from what the Chiefs did, right? The Chiefs had to pay Chris Jones. We can't let Chris Jones go. We just won a Super Bowl because of what this defense can do. You've got Kelsey already on the team. You've got Patty Mahomes already on the team. All right, how the heck do we get a dynamic wide receiver in here that's going to fit what we need coming out here? Oh, we got to draft him.
But
So
yeah,
I
but-
think that right now where the Bears are at, as far as finding that opposite pass rusher, they want him. They want to have that other guy. They want to find that guy in the draft. But you also have to keep in mind, next year, I'm going to have a first-round pick. Next year, I'm going to have a second-round pick. Multiple. Next year, I'm going to have a third-round pick. I can still go out and find that guy in the draft for the long run while still trying to win now. And I don't got to pay that guy for another 5 years.
But the biggest thing out of all of this is
like
that
this.
you have systems in place, a scheme in place. So if you continually keep this iteration of this team where you have this cover too, you know, if you're here for a while, you can draft positions to fill these gaps. But now we have an offense, hopefully. One is you definitely need a quarterback, but that's always been the problem is being able to draft and being able to have a system in place, whether you have to interchange players in and out. And that's what feels good about this team. It's like things are being done the right way, just from developing a quarterback. Because what I also appreciate was just how they brought even Caleb along. It's a far cry from what's been done in these last 30 years of how you put a quarterback out there. Just from what we've
30.
heard. 30, yeah, about 30 years. What, 40?
Since we had a quarterback?
I'm saying since 85. Well, okay, never.
I was going to say.
Never. I don't think
Sid's still got a lot of records, my boy.
I really
crazy.
like this comment
That's
for
crazy.
two reasons. One, not only have we seen Poles make midseason trades and that work out, But there's a lot of teams that are in some turmoil right now. The Jets don't seem to be as tight knit as we thought they would be. You know, there's where there's smoke, there's fire. The Vikings, I know there's some players over there maybe we could benefit from. But
Vikings may try to bottom out this year too.
Yeah, I mean
they
lost.
They lost
everybody.
They lost JJ McCarthy. Jordan Addison is supposed to be out for an extended. Was he season?
Who else was on that?
It wasn't season. He's supposed to be out for an extended period of time.
You know what happens with the Cowboys and how Jerry Jones is managing that whole relationship.
That's been
Max Crosby is probably the guy that we want to, pay attention to on the Raiders.
All of those things, though, it's like
that to me. That's what that second round.
Parsons,
I was gonna say,
they can't pay all three.
They literally cannot pay all three.
I got tingling when you
so
said
either
Michael
they're
Parsons.
not going to. Oh boy, was that
Was
that Michael Parsons or Dominique Robinson? We know both get you that. I
don't believe it. I don't believe the Eagles are going to be as good either. And I know a lot of their people have already fallen off. But
that Eagles defense probably.
Well, whoa! Are you tripping on that?
Winning cures all. Losing definitely creates some problems. They have some issues on that offensive side that people are not as confident in.
But they got Vic now.
I understand who they have. I'm just saying, like, we're talking about players and things of that nature. And I'm not regurgitating anything of this is all stuff that's just already out there, realistically, right? So just keep your eye on that one mid-season because Cowboys, I still think Jerry Jones is butchering now.
I don't know. I think the Eagles, they had questions. They had questions about the secondary. That they cleaned up the secondary. Because I'm not gonna lie.
That 2 corners.
You got Cooper DeJean.
Man.
Hey, that's the only white cornerback backfield there is now.
Jason Sehorn.
You got a couple whiteys back there playing. Yeah. 2 white cornerbacks.
Yeah, two white corners.
There's not another team. There may not be 2 white cornerbacks in the rest of the league, so there's definitely not another team with it.
Who was the dude on the Vikings? Harrison Smith. He's a safety though, not a corner.
He's a safety, yeah, not a corner.
Yeah, he's a safety.
Hey, and they both some dogs. Yeah. No, man, I think Ryan Poles has navigated this really well. I think that, and here's the thing at the end of it. To get out of here, guys. We still got $20 million in cap space.
And that's because of how they structured.
Because of how they structured DJ's
cap. And then next year's
we
money.
Still have $20 million in cap space. And then, next year we get, it depends on what we re-sign Keenan to. No, because
Poles just don't know how to manage.
Because we just re-signed DJ.
And you gave
DJ's gonna get his money next year.
You gave him a signing bonus.
Well, that's for this year. Next year,
so it cleared up space.
This year it clears up space. Okay. Next year the money kicks in, all that stuff. But listen, guys, like you have a GM who not only understands player acquisition but also understands the cap and understands how to maintain that balance. That is the Kansas City Chiefs. That is the San Francisco 49ers. That is the elite teams that have runs for long periods of time because it's like, well, how are they going to pay this guy? It was something we didn't even need to worry about, actually. It works out perfectly.
I'm glad that DJ got his money now. I'm glad he has the highest paid contract in Bears history now because it ain't going to be that much longer. Ooh, Caleb in the bag.
Caleb and Rome turn into Caleb and Rome, we'll be talking about that in 3 years.
Caleb gonna get it's gonna be $100 million $100 million guaranteed a year.
He
won $1 million contract.
If he wins a chip within the next 2 years, that contract comes quick.
Bro, by the time we get a Caleb deal done, we might be talking 750, boys.
I know.
Jeez.
We might be talking 750.
It could be something insane.
So it's gonna be interesting to see.
I just did a Dr. Evil. I said $1 million.
$1 million.
Like, that's not the cut.
What did he say? He said $100,000.
No, he said $1 million.
He said $1 million first.
That's not a lot of money.
That's not a lot of money.
$100 million.
Yeah. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. As always, man, we are here daily. Rocking with you guys on the content. We'll be back tomorrow, 4:00 stream. Also, the Morning Breeze will be tomorrow morning, so tap in with us over there as well. That starts at 6:30 a.m. Appreciate you guys for showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. For the pettiest man alive, Mr. P. Kid, the super producer, Joel Holt. Of course, on the ones and twos, C-Dub. I don't know where he was going there. C-Dub and The man formerly known as Ringo J. Stefan the Don. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear down. One love. Peace.
Better.
One love.
One love.
I'm here.
One love.